Alright guys, we're here at the 2018 Orlando Europa. Ed Trotta, it's with the Primeval Alliance. Make sure you guys check him out. Remember, stay ahead by not getting behind. I'm Miles and I approve this message. We're here at the 2018 Orlando Europa. Ed Trotta, it's with the Primeval Alliance. Make sure you guys check him out. Remember, stay ahead by not getting behind. I'm Miles and I approve this message.
Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let the thing loose, girl, it's so long.
What's up? So I just came through. I want to give everybody a quick recap of how the weekend went at the Orlando Europa Games this weekend. April 14th and 15th, man, it was so sweet. I had a great time. Kicked ass. I got a shit ton of supplements. All kinds of goodies got tucked away in the bag. Took the old lady with me. We had a great time. We were snapping flicks with everybody, shaking hands, checking out all the booths. It was really fun. Some of the booths were just so crazy. Like the Bang booth was ridiculously live. So shout out to Bang and Redline, VPX, all those guys. I think it's all one big company. They had a great booth. You know, Titan Medical had a great booth. Jerry Ward was there, so of course that was cool. You obviously seen the clip there. And I met some other great people as well, like Chris Bumstead. That dude is freaking huge. And I told him that, you know, I definitely need to see you at the next Olympia. And the next 400-pound curl is on me, you know. So I wanted to definitely say something funny and quirky like that to him, you know. So I'm sure he's heard that like a billion times. He probably thinks it's like, oh God, another joke about that. But you know, I just had to do it. It was kind of funny. But basically, what you're seeing in the clips here is me and Jerry's conversation, and it was a great convo. The guy told me everything I wanted to know in detail, took his time, chatted it up with me. You know, we shook hands a few times. He knows I'm with the Primeval Alliance, and of course, he's still got a whole bunch of love for that. And he was able to give me some insight on the products that he made specifically, and in detail about some of the ingredients that he put into it, as well as some of the stuff he's doing now, because, you know, he's with his own company, Get It Fucking Done GIFDLABS, which is super cool. He's got a post-workout, ultimate post-workout supplement out right now, which I'm definitely going to try because I fuck with Jerry a lot. So, but that was a really cool conversation that we had. Unfortunately, I did lose a couple minutes of this conversation because my girlfriend, whom I do love a lot, decided to just stop recording. You know, when me and Jerry were having this conversation that I was trying to get recorded. Granted, there was a lot going on. There's a lot of shoulder bumping, shoulder checking, you know, like a nightclub, you know, a lot of noise and things happening all around you. But nonetheless, we did miss a couple minutes, but not to worry, because I can tell you obviously what we talked about. I want to mention that he kind of gave me an in-depth view of what he did specifically at Primeval with his products. I can tell you that he made EAA Max, he made Bios 3, Intracell 7, obviously Bios 3 approved. He also made Huracan, their fat burner, which I'm going to be getting super fast. And he made their EAA sleep formula as well. Now, I actually was curious about Mega Brief, so that's really what I was asking him about. Not just what I was asking him about, but one of my first questions was I wanted to make sure, I was very curious if he actually made Mega Brief or not, because I know Seth had his helping hand in that, and I know if he was the other hand in that, you know. And actually didn't make Mega Brief. He loves Mega Brief, but he just actually didn't make that one himself. And I asked him about the pump factors, the pump ingredients that are inside Mega Brief, and if he had to pick which one pump ingredient was his favorite, which one would he choose? And he told me, yeah, you can kind of see by the hat, a little salty that I missed that footage. We're just going to move on. But he was really telling me that you can't pick one pump ingredient out of the mixture of pump ingredients, because it's a combination of how they bind together and work together to form a very good pump when you're doing a workout in the gym. So he pretty much laid it out for me like that, which was a good answer, you know, because, you know, without one can't do as much of what it's meant to do without the other one, you know, in conjunction with it, working together. So it's a team effort. It's like a football team, you know. It needs everybody to work together to make the goal. In regards to supplements in contest prep, some people are weeks out, some people take all the way going up into the show, some people are a few days out. He pretty much said, if, you know, within a few days out, just stop taking the supplements. And which definitely he also mentioned, like, you know, you shouldn't be replacing, you know, any real food substance with protein, which I knew that, which is, you know, very good. But he definitely lamented that with a story, actually, about when Kevin Lavrone actually was his trainer for a contest prep, which was, you know, crazy. You know, it's crazy how you hear these, like, stories, you know, just from a conversation. So I had no idea that Kevin Lavrone was his trainer. I know he knew Kevin Lavrone and that, you know, they had worked together and things like that. But you know, you hear an inside story. You know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. So Kevin Lavrone was his trainer for a contest prep, and one of the proteins in particular he wasn't fond of, so he was taking a protein shake in place of that. And when he met up with Kevin, you know, and said what he was doing or saw the way he looked, one or the other, I couldn't recall exactly what it was. And he's like, you know, what are you doing? You know, oh, no. He showed up on the scene. That's right. He showed up with Kevin Lavrone. He had the protein shake. And he said, and you can see when he reacts in the video, he's like, you know, Kevin was like, you know, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I got my protein shake. He's like, you're not supposed to be having that. You're supposed to be having whatever the other, you know, protein substance was. And, you know, sure enough, he took it out a few days later, tighter. But that was really cool that he told that story to me. So I'm a huge Kevin LeBron fan as well. So that was like, you know, really cool to hear about that. The second part, when I seen him, I was actually asking him specifically about my contest prep in regards to what I could work on, you know, or a tip he could give me. Because I know that he became a NPC judge recently. So I asked him, you know, actually looking at his YouTube video, said that if you see a judge, ask a judge. So I asked him, and I told him to look at me, and I'm like, bro, I'm going to take my shirt off, you know. He's like, yeah, no, for sure, you know, let's do it. So I took my shirt off. I don't know why I looked so fucking fat that day, because, you know, I don't know what the fuck was going on, you know, it's just like, I don't know if I was retaining a lot of water, because, I mean, like, the next day I looked so much better, so I was a little annoyed. The very next day, today, or no, because that was on Saturday originally, just the way I chopped it up, is, you know, but it was really on Saturday. I looked so much better on the second day that he saw me, you know, when I was in my tank top, so I was very annoyed, but I wasn't about to do that, so, but whatever. So he's like, for sure, let's do it. So I gave him my pose, you know, front, side, back, side, front, and he told me, since I'm an NPC, it's more of a front, back, front. So you get, you know, half your scores in your front, half your scores in your back, and that's it. You know, pretty easy, done data. If you try to be all fancy with the side poses, they're going to rush you off the stage, and you don't want to do that. So that was a good tip, because I've been doing side poses, and, you know, if I want to be slick and try to get it in there, like at the Europa, a lot of guys were being slick and throwing in their side poses like as they were doing it. So you can see like some people do it, you know, like on the stage, on a pro level, amateur level, they were all doing it. But some guys weren't, like he was saying, you know, they were front, back, front, you know, and then off the stage. So very good tip there too. So I'll definitely be taking that into consideration big time when I'm actually get my ass on stage. He also told me too, watch where you place your hands, because you put your hands on your hip a lot of times in men's physique, and often you can be covering your number, so you won't get judged right, and they'll have to remember you later on and try to remember what you look like, and you'll pretty much screw yourself over in the end by making a silly mistake like that. So watch where you put your damn hands when you're doing the hip movement. And literally, it's funny he mentioned that, because I saw 2 guys at Europa do it. Cover their whole number. So who knows if it, you know, they didn't place. And I'm not saying it's because they did that, because there's just other guys who look better than them. But, nonetheless, I did see 2 guys cover their number completely while they were doing their posing. So I hope they got their numbers right and they got their right, accurate, you know, scorecards. I'm also going to do a vlog like on the rest of the weekend, just so you can see a couple of the other really cool people I met. Had a great time at the Europa this weekend. Primeval Alliance, discount code Alliance. The rest of it, you know what it is. Go to PrimevalLabs.com. Use my code. Save 15%. Get you some Mega Pre. Get you some Intracell. Get you some EAAs. Other than that, I appreciate anybody who stood by and watched this whole video. It was a really cool day for me, so I definitely wanted to document the whole thing. Go ahead and give me a like on this video, and go ahead and subscribe for me too. I really appreciate it. And repost it, share it, tell everybody you've seen the video. If you're into fitness, if you're into bodybuilding, if you like following people in the industry and see interesting stuff about them and hear stories and stuff like that, then I'll definitely keep doing some stuff like that. So I'll check you guys later, alright? Peace!